Hi, Khadim. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us today. Really big pleasure having you here.
Yeah, my pleasure, Anant, to be talking here. Yeah.
Great. And I'll start off with a simple question. And you're probably biased on this, but what's your outlook on SaaS, from India being built either for India or for the world? And I want to specifically ask you that, you're one of the early kind of starters in the SaaS ecosystem in India. You've been here, you've been at it for a few years. What has changed in the time that you've been building? What has changed, say, from 5, 7 years ago to today as you're building software in India?
Yeah, I think 10 minutes might not be enough to share this, but I think few major changes which I have seen very closely. I think number one, I think 6 to 7 years back, when somebody was building a SaaS company out of India, specifically for the global market. First of all, India market was said to be non-existent at that point. So we had to build company for global market, and everybody used to say that global market, we have to cater only SMEs from India. If we have to do enterprise, you have to be physically present in those geographies, right? And again, there are several constraints, founders sitting in India, team sitting in India, money, VC funding and all the stuff, right? But like over a period of time, what we have realized, actually, even enterprise market, large enterprise market can be catered from India. Of course, pandemic also accelerated this, making this remote sales or inside sales at level playing across the globe. And that's definitely going to benefit everyone building SaaS. So that's one major change. The second change, which I have seen again, is like when we were raising seed Series A, the question is going to be who's going to be Series B onwards, right? Everybody wanted to invest in consumers. But today you can see, like, right from seed to IPO, we can do it in India. That's the second one. Third, I think several companies have scaled. So I think everybody doesn't have to reinvent the wheel, right? So there are several folks who have seen scale GTM, sales, marketing, or product marketing, product management in SaaS, in building products, right? So getting those talent, people who have been there, done that, I think that's going to accelerate the innovation, accelerate the scale of the company even further. So these are the few major things I've seen from ecosystem perspective. And the fourth one, which I would say specifically for India market, as a market for SaaS companies or the products what we're building. When we started, again, everything we were looking right from the day one, you can say we focused on US market or the global market. It definitely paid. We never focused on India market at that point. We thought it's non-existent. And of course, it was really hard at that point also to sell products. But in last 18 months, I've seen dramatic change. In fact, that made us build a team specifically looking at India market with a dedicated VP of sales, with several sales folks looking at SMB as well as enterprise market in India. And that's a very pleasant change. And that's, again, we can see in the other numbers also, right? Like we have more than 100 unicorns. So definitely they are consumers of so many software. Like we ourselves at Whatfix consume more than 100 software. And I think we have 15 of those from Indian companies like Slurry, like GTM Buddy, like Slintel, and many others. So I think, and apart from this technology market or the unicorns, the other enterprises like banking, telecom, they have also opened up a lot to consuming Indian software. So yeah, I think Indian software market is also now rapidly growing.
Got it. And one of the things that we've found in our analysis is that Indian SaaS businesses tend to be more efficient than their global counterparts and are also able to build multiple products early on in their journey. Is that something that you would agree with? Like, have you seen that?
Yeah, definitely. So see, if you directly look at the dollar with the rupee conversion, right? So there's definitely clear advantage in terms of cost. But I think that's not only one we should look at, right? That definitely brings some efficiency, or we can at least have more people. But I think is the most important is, are we able to compete globally, not only in efficiency, but in terms of building a world-class products, building the world-class go-to-market teams. Can we position brand of our products to be catering to one of the best companies globally? And in a nutshell, maybe can we try to become category leaders? right? I think that's most important. And we can see that many companies in different verticals and are now trying to aim for category leaders. Some are already there in the forefront. I think that's most important. Of course, efficiency can help to achieve that and push at much faster pace.
Got it. No, you almost stole my next question, which was that one of the predictions that we have is that global category creators and leaders will get created from India. But I think you already started to answer that. But would love to hear if you like, we believe it's more possible to do that today than it was a few years ago, and would love to get your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah. So again, see, it's all about exposure. What people get when they to identify the problem statements when they go out and start building, right? So as a lot of like 100 unicorns, I think that's a very good numbers already we already have. So those people who have joined those companies early in all different functions, be it sales, marketing, product management, whether it's consumer companies or SaaS companies, several of those folks have seen those journeys very closely, and they have identified many problem areas or the pain points. So when they go out and start building the companies, they are solving for the pain what they have gone through, rather than looking at somebody else has solved that problem. The market is big. I'll also be another Me Too company, right? So that ecosystem what has been built and the exposure what people have got, I think that would create in coming in this decade, I think many new categories and many category leaders from India.